Well, it's a cold December morning here in Starbuck, Minnesota. We are at Axel's Tractor Center. We're going to be purchasing a couple pieces of equipment today. First, I want to start off by grabbing the log fork. Then we're going to head down to the forestry trailers, the wood transportation. We're going to go with this $15,000 one. We're not going to grab the crane. I think this will be the best way for us to make some money on that. Might have been best to just lease this stuff, but I have a feeling we'll be doing a little bit more lumber work on this series just to make some cash. I think it's gonna be required. All right, we are close enough. Let's go ahead and get that hooked up. And then we also want to get the hoses attached here. There it goes. Got a hold Z. Okay, is there anything else we got to attach on this? I think we're looking good. All right, let's see if it's gonna pull away for us. Yeah, I think we did it right there. Getting used to it. Give a manual attach, another shot here. So there's a couple of areas that we want to clear the trees to expand our fields and potentially make another grass field. I think what we're gonna do is there was the tricky area on the cornfield that we're going to attack first. And once we get over there, I'll show you exactly why. All right, just getting into our yard here, we can see well, there is a pond. We might need to think through this a little bit. There's a pond in the center, but there's just this tiny, I guess we could technically get some dirt and fill this up. I mean, it's nice to have water on the property though. So we have these trees here. We have this little skinny one will be easy to take care of. There's a couple of those. And then we have three, I think it's just three big boys that have a lot of limbs and are gonna take a lot of patience. So this is the first area we're gonna clear. Boy, we haven't been over here in a while. This is gonna be ready to cut. Probably in April. But we have this area as well, which is gonna be a little more daunting, a little more trees. And we go all the way back here. We wanna get rid of all of them this winter and expand this field. And just take, advantage of this land here. And I'm just kind of today hoping to make our money back on our investment in this equipment. It could have been leased, and we could have leased it, maybe 3 months to take care of things. But I think, like I said earlier, I think it's okay to spend the money on this. This is an investment into something where I'm hoping, even on hard economy, we can make a decent amount of money off of wood. But let's take a look at the third section that we're going to want to remove before we get started. And so we're driving around here, and what I'm thinking is we leave that tree that we just drove by, but all of these ones could go. And then we could turn this into a grass field and really be the main way that we feed the sheep and the cows. So let's do a double check on the animals before we get started, because there's a lot of focus on lumber work today. Not the most excited about it, but sometimes there's chores that you just gotta do, even though they're not fun. We're sitting over here, no meadow. And why am I not seeing it? We have 6,000 food still, so we might need to get a little bit of feed for them soon. We'll keep an eye on that. Where's our vehicle? There it is. Chickens should be fine, but we'll check on them as well. I'm more concerned about the cattle. Let's see what we got over here. Still 10,000, not bad. We do have 2,000 milk now. So that's something we're gonna wanna think about really soon, is getting a trailer to be able to sell the milk. And, realistically, I need some help on that. So we probably need to be selling that daily. I don't know what the lifespan is and how often dairy farms, and maybe I'll just do some Google research on this as well, how often they actually have to send out their milk to get processed to whoever they're selling it to. So I was hoping to get a little daylight after the intro, but it looks like the sun's taking its time rising today. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna hop out the John Deere, get our chainsaw. Well, we can probably shut this off, save a little bit of diesel there. And we're gonna get these all down. And I think we probably will lease a stump grinder. And we'll do that when we're absolutely ready for it. But let's go ahead and get this delimbed. And I think what I want to do is just get all of these fell all of these. Terminology, man. Now, are these gonna need... I don't know. We'll figure that out if we're gonna have to actually cut those down or if I can just get rid of them by plowing over the area. We got double trees. Well, that's a predicament. We are going to use our little trick here of delete object because that's a little sad, but if you turn on the menu here, you can see delete log does show up, so then we know we're deleting the right thing. And then that should finally fall on its own, finally. Yeah, so that's going to be in the way, but let's see if these other ones are that way as well, but I'm going to do a little bit of this off camera, though. We'll take care of it. We'll give you an update. All right, let's go ahead and detach this right here. And we can hop back in, and I think... I don't know. We're going to see if we can grab these. Okay, that turns it that way. Always got to remember, because I don't do this often enough. HD62F for sale. What is that? Oh, a header. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Is this going to even fit? Because that was the concern I had as well. It looks like it does. Now, oh, I guess we can turn it that way. Kind of remember what we're doing here. Don't remember the buttons. Let's back up and try to memorize that. Okay, that turns it that way. This one goes up and down. Okay. So go like that. Sneak over here. And then this way should go down. Oh, it's so slippy. Okay. Let's try this way. This is... kind of feel like we want to push this closer to the trailer so that if we do get lucky enough to grapple it. I just don't think we're going to be able to actually grapple this thing. A little pushy there. And hopefully the trailer stays still here. It's just not getting under it. So when we try to close this, it's just nothing's happening. So as we lift this up and try to just accidentally get it on there. So just not the right equipment for this job. But that might be the best we can do here. And can we even get in here to strap those? Maybe if we hop up. There we go. That got it a little bit. Now this next piece should be a little bit smaller, so I wanted to, get a little bit of these on camera. And it should just be these big trunk areas that we're gonna really struggle with. Though that one seems like we should be able to grapple a little bit, but it's just... Oh, we're holding on to it. All right, let's slow down. Yeah, the weight, I was wondering about that. Okay, there's definitely something we can use for a rear weight. Open that up, just back up now at this point. Oh man, this is gonna be a mess, but let's go grab something to use as a rear weight. Now I wanted to start with this so that we could start getting the spade on here and start, getting it cultivated or plowed, I guess, technically. So we are gonna use that as a weight because I understand it's pretty heavy. Just back on up here. Hopefully we're close enough there. And get this attached. And we probably want to get these hoses attached and the PTO as well. Which, let's see if it does show me. Oh no, let's get that. Always shut off this setting. Whew. And attach power. Okay, that's what we did already. Hold to detach hoses. Is it Y? Let's get that connected. It's got to be in the menu, right? Manual attach. Q and it says Z to attach and detach the PTO and hoses. But the PTO is definitely not connected. So if we like hop in here, it's like, do you have to get at a certain spot? Like, do I have to be down here? So this is like, guys, am I doing something wrong? But we come into the controls. It's definitely only those two buttons. I know people are using this. I just load early, manual attach. Yeah, it's Z and Q.
What we need to do is we need to hit the Z key or Z, boop. And that puts our PTO in, and then hold the Z or Z key, and that'll put in our connections. Bam!
Aha!
Like
thank you, DJ. There it is. Okay, so just tapping Z, holding Z does the hoses. Awesome. Okay, so that is hooked up for now, but it's, you know, like we said, it's going to be acting as a weight, hopefully. And hopefully we can maneuver, because it is kind of big. So we do want to switch back to our front loader so we can move that around. All right, I'm going to get back to work, and I'll keep you guys updated. You know, been around the channel for a while. You know, this is my kryptonite here. So we'll get it done the best we can. I don't understand how to get these in here better. Like, oh boy. Okay, let's go try to grab another one live. And I want to get comments to let me know what I am doing wrong, because I know I've seen people do this successfully. Like, in my opinion, I should be able to roll up on this tiny little limb here. And we should be able to sneak the forks underneath it instead of pushing it. Like, that has to be fixed, in my opinion. Like, it's just, it's not a good mechanic. And I'm like so tired of complaining about it, but it's a feature in the game that I would love to be able to enjoy more. It's just not good. Like, I'm just gonna use super strength for a second. Just have that right there so I can give myself a good start. I shouldn't have to come in like this, because I still can't. Like, you can't go through the ground and then going underneath it. Like, it just pushes. It just pushes. It's beyond frustrating. Beyond frustrating. But let's go ahead and get this stuff detached so we can get an idea of what we're gonna make off of these. Oh, that auto hookup. That's kind of nice. Then over here, we'll have to put on the hoses. That was pretty cool. So let's find out where we're going. Wood, the best price. It's so similar that we are just gonna go to the closest one. Lots of work still to do. I am not looking forward to it. Just being completely honest, guys. But once we get through it, should be fine. Oh, is that our sawmill? Yeah, that's not gonna work. We don't want to sell it there. Let's go ahead and go to this one then. We got plenty of wood to get through to keep feeding our sawmill, which really isn't producing a lot. Those small productions are a little underwhelming. Oh, proximity's not bad here. Looks like our loading zone right here. Let's go ahead and unstrap everything and let them know we got a delivery. All right, that was 4,000, not bad. Up to $56,000. And the remainder of the first tree, just wanted to kind of get an idea what we're making per one of these big trees that we're spending so much time on. And that was, you know, about a little over 7,000 total, which not bad. That's not bad at all. And I got the big stumps here just to get them out of the way, and then we can work on the little limbs on the other trees. And I grabbed a couple of the smaller trees, so let's go ahead and get that sold. Another 7 grand there, looking good. We're almost back to where we were. I think we were at about $69,000 when we started today. So this little area is definitely going to pay for itself already. You can see the rendering's not quite there yet, but that's what's left of these trees in this first area. And then I think we'll take a little bit of a break and get to a little bit of farm work. We got all winter to really take care of this. Can you separate these two by cutting it? Like, you can. Nice. That's not bad. I definitely think I'm leaning towards starting to slow roll this and kind of just get as much as we can done each month to pay the bill. You know, the big rent bill, the big mortgage bill, which is around $17,000. So, I mean, we're still barely positive today, or not even positive today. We'll finish this area, but then we definitely are selling the corn. That's I've been checking the prices. I need to check again here soon. But this will be good because this is the next field we need to plant. So prioritizing getting this one done was definitely the plan today. You can see what we still have left to do. A good amount still. All right, another trip here. Took us a little longer that time, but oh boy. See if we can get another 4 grand here, or 3 grand-ish. From these trees, 2,000. All right. We're in the positive for the day, though. That's good. You know, I want to say I enjoyed this process today, but I did not. I did not. This is the rest of what we had. So let's go see where our total is going to be today before selling the corn. Another 26 or 2,300 there. So we're at 73. I was hoping to get a little higher than that, but patience has run out on logging. Next, we're going to check on the price of corn, see if it's ready to sell. We're going to take a look at leasing a stump grinder. And I'm kind of debating to hire somebody to remove the rest of my trees and pay them to just take them away. I'm thinking about it, but maybe we'll just regroup a little bit, take a break from it. Corn prices are still increasing. Not time to sell yet. And $1,300 we will lease the stump grinder. All right, I think we're close enough here. We'll go ahead and just get this attached first. And then we'll come in here and get the PTO and the hoses connected. And then lift that. Yep, that should be good. All right, we know how to use this thing. We should be fine with it. All right, I guess the first place we want to start is going to be here with this small one. Did it get it already? I think it did. Now, I was a little concerned if these are going to actually remove. Get a little lag spike there. Yeah, not bad. Things are working good on this aspect of things. A little piece of... just drive over these? That's all we got to do? All right, not quite. Not quite. All right, we did do a good amount of damage to these stumps. But we back up here. Yep, still this one. So let's go ahead and lower that and just kind of try to find the sweet spot. Or not. All right, let's go walk this. Yeah, this one's still here. Can't tell. I don't think there's anything there. And let's see. I think we're going to make this a little easier on ourselves. So let's go ahead and hop back in the tractor. Go ahead and shut that off. Erase it for now. We'll get this hooked up again. Let's see if it has a quick attach too, like that trailer. Or easy attach. Doesn't look like it. The trailer definitely auto-attached, which was interesting. That going, that hooked on, and the hoses. We'll come right here. Let's back up just a little bit to make sure we're lining up the way we want to. This thing lowered and activated. We're going to allow create fields. And that seemed to work pretty good there. Turn around this way. And we'll see if we run over the stumps and hit them, but this will definitely allow us to see them better, or help us see it better. And it would be fascinating and awesome if this actually dug deep enough to remove the stumps itself. There we go. We do see that one now. We can get kind of close, and then we will loop around. And I think we could do the trick here. Let's see how it lines up. We're going to come over here. We're going to get our lines out here with steer assist, which didn't show up. There they go. Let's go ahead and pull forward. And let's go farther away so we can get really lined up well on that. All right, so now that we're cruising here, let's go ahead and lower right here. And just go across and turn just by a hair. And I think that'll do it. And just a small little speck here to connect, and then the other side we can go all the way back. And I think the field will be a little easier to maintain at this point. Now, let's see. We only have the one stump. All right, I think we did good then. Might have had a issue with just the rendering, it not going away. Yeah, that was so easy. It had to have been what the issue was. All right, let's head over to the sawmill area, because we do have some stumps over there that we might as well take care of while we have this leased. One right here. Just kind of cruise around here and get all of these out of the way. I think that's all of them so far. I do want to take a look at something in here. When we come in and lease, Daily is $270, so I think we're going to hold on to that because we are going to do a little bit next month, but let's get this just dropped off here. There we go. And let's check the prices again. Little ways to go still. It's time to get some farm work done. All right, let's get all this hooked back up here. Now, I'm kind of wondering, are we underpowered, or does this only go 4 miles an hour? Let's find, or 5 miles an hour? Jeez, Chris, let's find out. It says 4. It does say 4 miles an hour. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit. And before we get too invested in the time that this is gonna take, let's make sure it is doing what we need it to do. So it should be needs plowed. It is taking care of our plowed state, or is giving us that plowed state, so we don't need to be plowed after this. Oh my goodness. It is taking care of the requirement of needs plowed. Well, looking at the time on the recording, I was trying to do a smallish time lapse to show how long it's taking to do the headland, but boy, I have a feeling we're already over a minute at least of a time lapse going 5 times speed on on the editing process, and we still got this pass to do here all the way down to the end. We're gonna see if we can get the headlands done through the night, or how far we get, and in the morning after we make that payment, we'll see how money's sitting to see how comfortable we feel about paying a farmhand to take care of the rest of this plowing. And to save hard drive space, I'm gonna stop the recording right now, but I will jump back in if the prices of corn get good today, or we'll be selling those in January if they don't. But we'll take one last check before we do that. We're up to 481. It says it gets up to 505, so a little bit more time to go, and I will see you then. Well, the snow is starting to fall, and we're taking a peek here, and the prices are still going up. It's 511, but it's had the down arrow since 504, so I don't understand the thought process there, but it was just at 344. Now it's at 348, so I'm just kind of looking at this value as it keeps going up, but I'm a little concerned about this snowfall that we're starting to see. So I'm gonna work my way, finish this pass, and then turn around and get closer, when we get back to the silo there. We're gonna unload. We're gonna unload the corn, and we're gonna send it in. And it looks like we have a little section to the right that we're gonna have to do as well. But I'll get that done, and then this full pass on the way back. And we're still going up in price. So I'm just a little concerned that the snow's gonna get a little heavier. If we look at the forecast as well, we can see we have snow all day tomorrow. So we're going to be close to being out of time to do work to prep for the spring based on what I'm seeing in the weather. So I wanted to also make sure we got the corn sold without having to deal with the snow. Wow, that's kind of pretty actually. Look at that. Blue lines ruined it. All right, we have gotten that pass done. Let's go ahead and raise this, shut it off. And we'll get the tractor shut off as well. And so we should just need to come over here. And it's going to be a good amount of trips, so let's figure out exactly where we're going. Farmer's Market. Let's go ahead and get it tagged. 1,600 away, so I don't know how much will fit of corn. But we have 150,000 liters, so we're looking at about 5 trips. Oh, let's go here and make sure everything is attached. All right, we are good. Nothing like a little late night selling session, but again, I don't have the equipment. We kind of have a little bit of a plow on the side-by-side, but we don't have the equipment if the road's got, it's just covered in snow. So this is how we're doing it. And we have arrived. Let's see what each load's gonna bring in here. Nice to see the money going up. So 17,000 per trip, almost 18,000. Let's go get some more. And I saw it while we're walking back, so we are going to return the stump grinder before midnight hits because we're not gonna be able to get to any stump removals for a few months, so we don't want to waste that money. So go ahead and get that returned and get some more corn, make some more trips. Well, after selling all the corn, we do get our balance up to $152,000, and we're feeling pretty confident at this point. We always knew that was going to be the case. We just had to get through it and see it. So we're going to get it home. We're going to get some sleep. We're going to kind of see how the conditions are looking in the morning and see if we can get any more winter work in, or if we're going to take a break till spring. I'm a little sad. We do have snow? Do we have snow? Oh, we do. Okay, it is here. It was hard to see. It's like piled up in little spots. Very awesome. Okay, so we do need to, at minimum today, check on the animals. So I am gonna, turn this around, and I guess we could lower this at this point and try to make some paths for ourselves. Now, does this actually, it does. Okay, so if we do that, we should be able to just push it to the left or right. Doesn't seem to be actually doing what we want it to do. Oh, that is unfortunate, Farming Simulator. Oh, that's sad. So we should be able to just push this and keep driving, but it's just not gonna cooperate. So we're gonna work on this. Let's get it a little bit cleared, at least for us to do what we need to do. And I'll keep you updated, and we might even time-lapse this, even though it's somewhat painful to watch. There we go. So we're gonna, before we do the time-lapse, we are gonna try to do a little bit of something here. Obviously we're able to drive around, but realism, right? Yeah, just disappointing. Alright, well, we got an interesting path going all the way to the sheep. Let's go ahead and see how they're doing in here. Yeah, 5,000 food still. Looking okay. Should be all in here, We got babies. We have 18 total now. How old are you? You're 0. You are a baby this month. We had January babies. Oh, no. That's not good. But they'll get by. They should be inside. What are they doing? All right, this is taking way too long. I think we need to look into another way of doing this, and it's coming down so much that it's just getting it's just getting covered. This is like real life. Okay, we are going to jump in one of the tractors and look at leasing something to help with this today. But is it going to be worth it? Because it's just coming down. Let's look at our options. Oh, I think this would be fun. All right, so we're going to lease a snowblower, and we're going to find the Massey isn't going to be able to, it's in use already, but I think we should be able to drive around here with the 8R. We'll go pick that up, and we're gonna try to clear this yard. Oh, this doesn't have a front PTO. We might be getting the Massey out of the field. Let's see what we have on the... It only takes 90 horsepower. Do we have a front PTO here? We do. Okay. So we're going to need to come over here and detach this stuff. And the tractor's going to struggle a little bit, but we'll be all right. Let's go ahead, and I think it'll be safe to put this here. Yep. It'll be all right there. Let's go pick that up and start clearing this farmyard a little bit. Just to allow us to get around a little bit better this winter, but it's just piling up and piling up. Roads are looking good. They could use a little, another plow to come by, but probably did get some salt on it this morning. Got some festive people here. They like to to double dip on the Halloween and Christmas, apparently. Okay, just get close to this here. And then we will get it attached. Guess we gotta back up a hair. Get it attached, and then there should be everything here, right? Yep. Yep, got that all good. Now we raise this. Shut it off for now, but yeah, we should be able to get it home this way. Yeah, nice. Turn the auger. Oh, this is gonna be cool. All right, this is definitely gonna be imitating real life pretty well here. Let's go ahead, wait for the ice cream truck driver. We're gonna back up here and hopefully we don't block too much traffic, but we'll let them pass. Gonna raise the auger as well, so make sure it shoots high into the air. Ooh, look at it. That's so realistic. All right, let's go ahead and clear this path. Should probably lower it. Yeah, we'll lower it like that. That's better. Don't want to shoot it too far. And we're gonna go all the way to the barn and turn around. But I'll go ahead and switch the auger to about right there. So we don't mind it piling up in certain areas. Go ahead and, yeah. All right, this is fun. Let's go ahead and get this done. All right, we made it over to the cattle, where the heated gravel is definitely taking care of business over here. Yeah, some babies over here too. Do we possibly? I guess we might have missed it. Oh, there's two babies. Yeah. Okay. So we got some more in here. 13,000 slurry. Food's at 6,000, so it is starting to go faster. Okay. We do have a problem of potentially here, where we're gonna have to get some feed. But this is a piece of equipment that we're definitely gonna need to buy eventually. You can see our payment did come out in the morning, so the balance is a little lower than it was. Was so excited about taking care of some snow and actually doing this on this game that I kind of forgot about that. And the other thing we do need to check on is the chickens. But we should have a clear path there. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish making the path I need for the day, and then we'll check on those chickens. Well, we're close enough. Let's give a check on them here. Looks like we have some babies here as well. Offspring in 1 month, it says. Also, we have 161 chicken, and food is at 6,000 still. And these eggs, I'm hoping, start piling up a little bit quicker. I just want to clear more snow now. This is awesome. Absolutely want one of these at home, like this setup. Right now I have just one you walk behind. It's pretty good. It does its job. Would love to get a tractor in this setup for the winter. In a cab, you know, we got the heat on in here. Man, I guess this is probably going to come out on a Monday. A Wednesday, I'm supposed to have a pretty decent storm here, so not looking forward to that. We've had a nice break from snow for a few weeks now. And I guess it would make sense. Let's go ahead and, I guess let's lift this up. Does it just go away when you do it high? Let's open up this space here so that we can put the front loader back on. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it does just gotta go away if you do it high enough. That cleared, and we can get this wood beam sold today. And it probably would be easier to leave this route when we pick that up, so we'll clear this one as well. That should be pretty good for us. Now we'll just work our way back to where the front loader is so we can get that hook back on and get a little bit more of this removed while we do that. All right, let's go ahead and raise this now. We'll get it shut off. We need to get it detached. And we should be able to sneak back in here and hook back up to this. We'll also need to get this removed. Now that I don't know how to do. Do we just do it? Detach hoses. Okay, so let's come over here. And we'll hit Z. So the hoses are off. Now can I hit Q? No, I must have to hit Q inside for that. That's fine. All right, looks like we did give ourselves enough room here. But boy, this looks like a good opportunity for a screenshot. We're going to come over here where the road is, you know, taken care of pretty well. And we got our side-by-side in the background. And, you know, kind of having fun with it. I'm going to show you exactly what I do for screenshots here. So we go ahead and go into the settings. I'm going to turn off all of the icons. And then I have the quick screenshot tool. So I hit left Alt and J. And then with right mouse, I can start moving around. And we can kind of get, you know, a decent look of what we want to kind of show off the snow day stuff. But I'll probably, you know, and then I hit F12 and it saves it to Steam. But I'll probably play around with that a little bit more later. And then when you're done, always remember to come back in the settings and turn things back on. So where are we going with this? Wood beam, tag place. Warehouse is 2,000 feet away. See that our path seems like it's shrinking a little bit on us. Let's see if we get back and it's still clear. The snowstorm is not stopping anytime soon. Oh, I guess it might be actually giving us a little bit of a break here in a few minutes. Let's go get this sold. Looks like they got everything cleared here early in the morning. Drop off this wood beam. And give us another $3,000. So we're at 136 after that payment did come out this morning. And just, you know, a couple months, I think we will be able to sell a little bit of wool and figure out exactly when we're going to be able to start buying some things. So money's looking good right now. Though if we don't make money, it's going to go fast with that payment. It's been a fun episode. We'll get through the rest of winter probably off camera. If there's any purchases we have to do, like for feed, because we won't be able to cut our grass with the conditions the way they are, we will let you know. But thanks for hanging out. Socks way up. I will catch you on the next episode.